certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
You guy, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the show. The guy from Jake and Louie, I can't remember if he's Jake or if he's Louie, once said I was the whitest man to ever wear a Death Row Records t-shirt. I'm not going to disagree. Welcome to the program. How's your day? Mine's been wall to wall, dude. Mine has been crazy, crazy busy. It's been a good day. It's been very, very productive, but oh boy, it has been a busy one. I stained the deck. The deck has been stained, and it looks bloody fantastic. It looks really, really good, and I don't think I wrecked anything. Like, I don't think I like all the furniture and all the grills and the smokers and everything I moved off the deck. It seems to be doing fine out in the yard the way it is. The deck didn't get scratched up or beat up or anything like that. And I must say, it looks great. So far, I've done an awesome job. And now it says, now the kind of stain I got said give a minimum 36 hours of time for it to dry and seal and everything else. My lost interest, fuck off for a second, okay? We'll get to that part. God damn it. Why did he have to write that? You're skipping ahead in the story, goddamn you. You're skipping ahead in the story. So I get it done. It looks good. It needs 36 hours. And I finished the damn thing. Uh-oh, guys. Time out. I need to take this. I'm sorry. I'm going to fire up the music. I need to take this phone call. Okay, the reason I took that call is because of it was related to the deck, and this is gonna sound really bougie. This is gonna sound really shitty. This is gonna sound like kind of gay, but I had to take that call because, you know, like I just stained my deck, so there's some stuff on the lawn. I can't mow yet until the deck dries and everything. That was my lawn service. And no, they don't mow. They do treatments. They do treatments for weeds and bugs and shit like that. So they called, and I needed to tell them because they give you 24 hours before they come out, or they call the day before. I thought that was them calling me to say, we're going to be out tomorrow. And I was going to go, no, you got to skip me this time. I got shit in there. It's not going to work. It was a recording telling me that it's really hot. It's really shitty out and it's really humid, so you should be watering and you should be this and that and the other. Okay, It was just a recorded message. I'm okay. I'm good. I thought it was my lawn people telling me that they were showing up tomorrow, which was going to be no bueno for me. All right. So anyway, back to the deck. Back to the important shit you come to Steel Toe for. The deck needs 36 hours with the stain I used. Very good stain, by the way. A nice, strong cedar. It's supposed to rain at about 10 o'clock tomorrow night. That would be 34 hours after I finish staining the deck. So I need a strong, powerful sun. I need a favorable wind, and I need calm conditions tomorrow because I 34 hours on a 36-hour stain. I did let the deck dry out for 48, so that's a good thing. I gave it the full dry out period, but I only had 36 hours. And you might say, well, Aaron, why didn't you wait until you had a window? I don't have a window. It's going to be raining a lot this week. So therefore, I was going to tell my lawn service no, but it turns out that's not what they were calling about. Vadam with $5 says, good afternoon, my favorite Jew, Aaron. How was the deck painting with your semen? It's stain, not semen. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, Aaron, come back. We are more important than the phone call. It's toe time. But what if I needed to tell the lawn service people on the phone that they couldn't come out tomorrow? That's kind of important. At any rate, we're good. My Lost Interest says, by the way, don't send any deck pics. I try not to send any deck pics ever. My Lost Interest did say, how much stain on the vinyl siding? All right, look. So when I was doing the boards that were up against the house, there's enough of a gap where I was able to get my little broom shimmy thing in there, and I didn't get any stain on the siding. So I'm like, fucking nailed it. Aces, I'm the man. And I get done with the deck. Even when I was doing the rails, and I had my little hand thing that does the rails really well, I was like, oh boy. Didn't do it. Didn't get it. So then, as I'm doing the outside of the deck, just getting the rails and the bottom and everything else, I'm on my last little post. I've got the last little post of my deck, and I give it a little and when I was giving it the little straight down the post, I pushed in a little too hard with the brush thing I was using, and it bubbled out a little stain, and that got right on the goddamn siding. So I did my Lost Interest. I was so happy with myself. I was pitching a perfect game. I was doing great. And then I left a little streak. I had a wet towel. I was able to wipe it really quick. I think I got it. We'll have to see eventually. But when I was in the process of talking about the deck and talking about the staining, and then my Lost Interest goes, how much did you get on the siding? I was like, can I just enjoy the accomplishment? And by the way, the kids did help me. Like, basically, here's what the kids helped me with on Friday and Saturday in terms of, because there were three big items: the smoker, the grill, and the big ass fire table needed to move. The kids helped me with those items in such that I had them all like lifting up from the back while I was going down the three deck steps. Because my deck is it's a little elevated from the surface, not much. And as I go down, I just said to the kids, I go, you guys don't necessarily have to lift. Just you guys hold enough that this thing doesn't fall on me and kill me. That's all I need. And they pulled it off. They did a good job. They couldn't really lift it very much, but they were able to get it, like kind of control it so that it didn't roll down and murder me. So the fact that I'm not dead means they did their job. So everything turned out. Everything was good. The deck staining, it worked. It worked. Fallen the Great says, not true. Your Instagram is full of deck pics. Well, now I've got good deck pics. And I was going to put a deck pick up on social media today. The only problem is it's not dried all the way yet, so it looks uneven. It's not uneven. I stained it perfectly, but there's some spots that are drier than others. And I know you guys are pieces of shit. And you would have went, it looks like it's unevenly applied in the parts where... Some parts were in the shade. Some parts were in the sun. They're drying at a different rate. Rusty Grammar says, I just pay a Mexican to do mine for like $5 an hour like an adult. Really? They do that? Shit. Fallen the Great says, damn kids failed again. No, they're not supposed to kill me. Sam Show says, you entrusted your life to your children? Yes. And they did a good job. They did a great job. Ray Peacock says, I heard you stained it ebony. We all know you love a big black deck. Oh, it's because it's gay and interracial, and we're afraid of that. I forgot. Thank you guys very much for the early contributions. So here's where we're at. We're ahead for one more night. We've got one final night of being ahead, and we'll enjoy it. We'll have fun with it. I don't think you guys are going to bang out $300 in a night, nor should you be expected to. If you do, obviously we'll go till 9 o'clock tonight. That's always the offer. You guys get us, keep us ahead. We'll go till 9. The morning guys knocked out the morning. It was a very small morning goal, and they knocked out yours this morning. If you guys do the same, we'll go until 9. I am Walter, becoming a member for 38 months, says, not sure if you talked about it. Did you watch the Taylor versus Serrano fight on Friday night? I did. It was the most boring fight of the three, but I will say, very tough to score. There wasn't a lot of action. I think the right fighter won. I think if you fought that fight 100 times, they'd all be really close, and Katie Taylor would probably win most of them. Her hands are too fast. She's the better technical boxer, and Serrano just can't knock her out. Just can't. And if it devolves into a boxing match, which it did, Katie Taylor will win that. I had her winning 6-4. You could have had it a draw. There were so many rounds where nothing happened, and you could have given it to anyone. But I had it 6-4 Taylor, and I think she won it with those little flurries. The punch stats were really close. They both landed 70 punches, but Katie Taylor threw a lot less than Serrano did. She had the higher connect percentage, so you could argue that's where the win comes in. $1 from Honky says, staining your deck makes you get full-blown AIDS. Oh, hey, real quick, Honky, Ed informed us that he cannot make it to the golf tournament, and you were one of those people who wanted that free ticket from that hole sponsor that couldn't use theirs. I'm offering it to you. I'm putting you down as the free spot, Honky. I'm saying you're in the tournament. It's yours because you wanted it before. Let me know if you don't want it. If you do want it, don't say a word. We're good. It's all yours. How's that? Rusty Grammar says, Aaron missed my YouTube 38-month resub this morning, but I'm not going to cry about it. OBS was being gay. Yeah, I restarted my computer today. I unplugged the router, everything else. I cleared up space on the computer. It was none of those things. None of those things were the issue. But I fucked with them anyway just because we had, I think, 4 different OBS crashes today. 4 different OBS crashes. That's unheard of, as they say in the modern era. All right, let's catch up with the chat real quick, and then we will get off to... Honky says, if you could organize a flight from Perth, Australia, then maybe. Wait a minute, who was it? I thought it was Honky who wanted the... Oh. Well, first person to email me, aaronimholtradio@gmail.com, and wants the free spot that Ed left open for Sunday the 27th. Go ahead and do it. McBuster says, does Twinkle Toe even know Red Bar opened his gift package live yesterday morning? Oh, really? Where's numero uno on this? He should have sent me that. Red Bar opened my gift package? Oh, my God. McBuster, what did he say? What were Red Bar's thoughts on the gift package? I'm going to assume that he was a fucking dick about it, but in a very funny way. I'm assuming that Red Bar didn't, open it and go, oh, this is really nice of the toe This is so kind of Aaron. What a wonderful guy. I'm sure there was some kind of backhanded fucking thing in there. McBuster says it was positive. Jules liked it too. Well, fuck. So he was just really nice about it? He was just really kind and appreciative of what we got him? Well, now I have to change my tone. Now I have to change my tone. Thank you, Mike David. You're welcome for the wonderful gift. Shit. I'm sure somebody will get me a clip of it before we're done. Okay, let's get into a show tonight. This is the setup monetarily. Everything's good for you guys tonight. Take the night off if you'd like to. If you want me to go till 9, 3:05 is the number for tomorrow morning. That's fucking insane. But if you've liked the last 3+ week of shows, if we get to Thursday ahead by a show, that will make it 1 month, 4 weeks of being ahead for the toe. It's never happened before. Right now, we're on our longest run we've ever had of being ahead. So who wants it to stop? If you want to throw in a bunch of money to the toe, you know how to do it. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. If you'd rather sponsor a hole at the golf tournament, do that. Also, go to Eventbrite to get tickets to the anniversary party. If you are a VIP and you want to claim your 2 free tickets, please get in touch with me by the end of the week. We're starting to fill up quite a bit, but I want to honor those VIPs as much as I can. Get me those requests. Claim your 2 free tickets. We'd love to have you out at the anniversary party, but we'd love to have you claim those. I'm not going to shut you down next week. I'm going to try to fit you in if I can, but next week is when things get crazy. So let me know this week, and we'll get you in there. Thank you, guys. Or get your tickets for $20 on Eventbrite or $60 for the golf event. We've got a bunch of stuff to do tonight. Let's start with the paraglider here in Minnesota. Did you see this shit? I mean, I was never going to paraglide ever anyway, but this pretty much cements it. There was a guy in, I want to say this happened in North Dakota somewhere, Grand Forks, so right across the border with Minnesota and North Dakota. Some asshole went paragliding, which I didn't even know they did that in North Dakota. I thought that was like a southern, like a mountains, like if you have mountains and shit, you go paragliding. But this guy decided to go paragliding, not realizing that you should probably do that shit out in the country where things like power lines aren't prevalent. Let's go ahead and pop this up on the screen for everybody. This is worst case scenario. See, like, okay, right away, that just looks like a dick. I don't mean like a penis. I mean, that guy just looks like a dickhead. Like you're in a little buggy thing, a little go-kart thing. You got your little parachute. You put in your lawnmower engine. You go, oh, look, I can engage in the miracle of flight. I don't know. It's a cross between redneck and like crazy autist. Uh-oh. See, like right there, shit all over your pants. There's shit in his pants. There's shit falling in the river. It's a good thing he's going to fall in the water here because he needs to give his pants a good soak. Because the minute you hear that pop and you hit those lines, the next thing you do is just kind of touch your chest and arms and go, oh, fuck, I'm still here.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Jeez.
That's such a Minnesota thing. Oh, no. Oh, geez. Oof. Now, look. Now you got first responders. You got emergency vehicles out there. They've got to pull your dumb, retarded ass out of the water because you had to paraglide right into a fucking power line. This is why we have air traffic controllers. This is why planes chart their courses beforehand so they know exactly what they're going to run into. Is some just dumb hillbilly daredevil shit. Go back to where he crashes into the thing. That's becoming satisfying now. You should have to pay for those people coming out. This guy's my favorite. Okay, the guy coming up here, the guy filming is my favorite.
Whoa! Oh, no! Oh, jeez!
Whoa! Oh, no! Oh, geez! it's a deleted scene from Fargo. And I wonder, like, if you can't get yourself unstrapped from that thing, you're in fucking trouble, right? Laughing without smiling, Dusty Howlett. The fuck is Storyful? Hey, how are you guys doing there? Yeah, really sorry about that mix-up. Oh boy, yeah, he really goofed on that one.
Whoa! Oh no! Oh jeez! Whoa!
Wait, did you hear when he went in the water? Did you hear someone yell fuck? We gotta run that back a couple of times. First of all, Victor, I'm gonna give you a clean edit of it here. If I could get oh no, oh geez, as a sound drop, greatly appreciated.
Oh no! Oh jeez!
Here, no, this one, Victor.
Whoa! Oh no! Oh jeez!
Yep, I heard fuck. I think it was him going into the water and he goes, oh fuck.
Oh! Oh no! Oh jeez!
Fuck. That's right. I mean, what else can you say when you pop a fucking power line and fall into the water? I mean, that just about says it all. See, he should have to pay for all these people coming out here to pull his dumb ass out of the river. That current looks like it's moving, too. I wonder if they had to go to, like, a specific dock and just wait for him to roll by and catch him. Yeah, look, that police, emergency crews, fire department, they got to put on a whole production because that dickhead flew straight at some power lines. Great job. Great job. My neighbor had one. Ultralights are better. I don't know the difference. I don't know the difference between an ultralight and a hang glider or... Grand Poobah says, that's not flying. That's falling with style. It's not... It's something gay. I don't... Doesn't seem worth the trouble. McBuster says, I really bit the moose, eh? I know. It's people like that get publicity that make people think that we all just talk like that. That we're all just that way. It's like New Yorkers like, hey, yeah, what are you doing? What are we going to fucking eat a cannoli? Like, it's not how they all are. Just optic nerve. And like in Minnesota, we don't just all walk around going, oh boy, oh geez, oh boy, oh no, oh that's bad. That's not, we do more than that. We do more than that. Let's see, NBA's Nick Kerr. Oh, Nick Kerr, Steve Kerr's son, with $5 says, I can't use my VIP tickets this year. Can I donate them to the first person to donate $20 on PayPal? I guess so. First person to give $20 on PayPal gets Nick Kerr's 2 tickets to the anniversary show. Why the hell not? That's what the first 20 on PayPal gets tonight. They're his tickets. He can do with them what he wants. That's fine with me. And also, like, if that power line pops, is like, I'm not an engineer or anything, nor would I claim to be. But if he pops that power line, aren't like people's power going out? Or can that happen and people don't lose their power? Like, how bad did this guy fuck up is what I'm trying to say. Slingblade 420 says he didn't get up to 88 miles per hour. Well, he didn't have to get up to 88 miles per hour for the rest of us to see some serious shit, fortunately. By the way, NBA's Nick Kerr just put us 300 away even for tomorrow morning. So thank you guys. Again, we are ahead. This fucking charmed run that we've been on has to end at some point. Is it tonight? Probably. We will see. I've said it's going to be tonight before. Only to be wrong. Only to be wrong. So the next person to throw in $20 is getting those 2 tickets to the anniversary show, courtesy of VIP member Nick Kerr. The, of course, coach for the Golden State Warriors and son of head coach Steve Kerr. Well, Chev Maddox says electrical engineer here. Yeah, he probably fucked up people's power for a while. See, make him pay for that too. Make it something that's not obviously going to cripple or bankrupt the guy, but enough to make the next guy go, maybe I won't take a fucking fan boat and a lazy boy into some power lines. Maybe I'll rethink that as a hobby. Just enough to do that. Hey, we talked about optic nerve just a minute ago. We talked about New York City. Sorry, guys. Mamdani for mayor is a done deal. It was announced today that Andrew Cuomo, he's running as a third party. So it's... Obviously, what's going to happen there is Mamdani's he's going to maintain his base. Cuomo and Adams will take the people in the middle, and they'll split that vote, and Mamdani will run away with the thing. So this pretty much made sure that the communist Muslim is now going to run New York City. If I had to pick between the three of them, I mean, it is a shitty, and shittier choice, but I would probably take Adams again. I mean, Cuomo's just a fucking New World Order mouthpiece. Mamdani is, well, he's a fucking red pinko commie. And Adams is, how can we be generous to Mayor Adams? How can we classify him? He's fucking stupid. You know? He's just dumb. That's the best I can do on Eric Adams. He's not a crooked guy. He's not like a bad guy who's set to do evil shit to New York. It's just, if Mayor Adams tries his absolute best, he still probably won't do a good job. But I would rather have him in there trying his hardest and doing a bad job than Mamdani being a communist or Cuomo basically being the IMF's mouthpiece in New York City, like the Soros mouthpiece for New York City. Papa Shab with a good idea. He says he should run for the Likud party. There you go. I think that would be very fitting. I think Andrew Cuomo running for the Likud party would really match up with his ethic, shall we say. Redbird with $2 says, did you see the new contender for Minneapolis mayor? No, but I can't wait. I'm going to look that up. Bapa Shab says, Adams is dumb and classic corruption. Cuomo is insidious. That's a great way to put it. Everything evil that Cuomo does is calculated, and he means to do it. Everything evil that happens when Adams is mayor, he's just really shitty at the gig. How's that? Brian says, funny how so many Jewish groups are backing a radical Muslim. It is a little weird, right? Makes you think there's something else going on there. They could be culturally Jewish and not religiously Jewish. And that's where you're going to find, like, a lot of atheist Jewish people, that's where you'll find some of the roots of communism, socialism, things like that. So I think that might be where a lot of Mamdani's support is coming from. Even $300 away from tomorrow morning again. Thanks, guys. First $20 on PayPal is apparently getting NBA's Nick Kerr's 2 tickets to the anniversary show. Look at that. We can't even give them away. Well, I guess technically we're not giving them away. Redbird with $5. All right, here we go. Now we'll have the new Minneapolis mayor. Says, look and laugh. Thank you, buddy. $295 away from tomorrow morning. Oh, my God, not $195. Cheating ourselves. Look at me. Look at me being accidentally giving. All right, Redbird, you've got the new Minneapolis mayoral candidate. Oh, my fucking God. Okay, before I show the rest of you, his name is Omar Fateh. He's running for Minneapolis mayor. He wants to raise the minimum wage by over $4 over a few years, freeze rent, and, quote, Trump-proof the city. All right, ready for what this is going to do? Number one, it's going to shut down businesses. The $4 raise in the minimum wage. It's going to shut down businesses. Number two, freeze rent. It's going to cause the developers to have an exodus, to leave Minnesota. It's going to be, or it's going to be nothing but luxury condos and expensive housing that people can't afford. Because the people who are charging dirt cheap rent as it is are barely making it. They're barely making enough money, and they neglect the buildings, and they're like, those places can't get shittier. You then add inflation into the mix and not letting those people raise rent, they're probably just going to bail. You might even see a few of those developments maybe just have a terrible electrical accident and start on fire. It's just, God, I tell you what, God damn it to heck shoot. I hate when I hate when my buildings no longer become financially viable. So then you might do something, and you know, you're insured for this. So something you're insured for might happen, and then you can collect on those dying buildings that aren't turning you a profit anymore. I'm not drawing parallels to any other buildings in the history of America circa 2001 in New York City. I would never do that. I haven't researched it enough. I don't know. But this is Omar Fatah. This is the guy running for mayor in Minneapolis. He's like Muslim Rasputin. He's just got that stare. You know, here's what I think is really unfair. You know, people have this thing where they're like, oh, yeah, in Africa and in the Middle East and in like Muslim countries, there's a lot of cousin marriage and inbreeding in those countries. People say that, but I've seen zero evidence that that exists. And honestly, until I see evidence that that exists, I'm inclined to not believe it. Really, I think it's just basically racial. I think it's really just kind of racial bigotry. I think it's racial. What's the word I'm looking for? They're not platitudes, but they're stereotypes. It's stereotyping, and that's not okay. Because here we have a guy running for mayor. He's clearly very bright, very intelligent. He's got his own ideas. And like this whole idea that like, oh yeah, Somalia has a cousin marriage and inbreeding problem. Like, please find me evidence, like in a highlights magazine sort of way, that this guy suffers from any of that. I ask you, right? Yeah, you can't do it. Thank you, Redbird. That's Omar Fatah, and he's running for mayor of Minneapolis. My Lost Interest says, God damn it to heck, shoot. Oh, geez. No. When I do that, when I do I'm supposed to say, gall darn it to heck, shoot. There is a big difference between me saying, God damn it to heck, shoot. That I'm doing a thing. Does anyone know what I'm doing? Like, I use that reference a lot. I'll go, well, I say, God damn it to heck, shoot, but I'm supposed to say, gall darn it to heck, shoot. And does nobody know what that reference is? Because if people don't know what that reference is, then yeah, I suppose that My Lost Interest is right. I sound like an OG's Fargo guy. But I'm doing a thing. When I go, gall darn it to heck, shoot. Nobody knows. God damn it. Gall darn it to heck, shoot. Nobody knows what I'm doing. People are saying, I am the captain now. Chevrolet JB says, is that the I am the captain now dude? I thought he got shot. No, I'm not doing Ron Jeremy. Oh, wow. Nobody knows where gall darn it to heck, shoot comes from. Son of a Christ on a cracker. Shucks. Hey, Average Plumber with $100 over on PayPal. Thank you, buddy. Give that man an Elon.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, pal. Average Plumber, I'm giving you 2 tickets to the anniversary show, but I think you're a VIP, so you've got them anyway. Because Cheetos just offered me this after Average Plumber threw that at us. And I think that's unfair. Cheeto says, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm a 2-time VIP. If that's the case, next person to give $100 gets mine. All right. So Average Plumber already has his tickets. The next person to give $100 is getting 4 tickets from Cheetos. All right. Works for me. And also Average Plumber, that $100 brings us to $195 away from tomorrow morning's goal. Thank you so much. Fuck you, dude says, so he bought 2 tickets for a hundo? No. Average plumber's already, but he's been a VIP for fucking years, man. Like years and years. So what I'm saying is he already has his 2 free ones to claim. Average plumber now goes to first place. David in second at 50. Miss Tay in third with 25. Shano Banano in fourth with 20. And Long Balls is in the cuck chair. No, Redbird is in the cuck chair with 17. Not the fuck chair. It's the opposite. Cuck chair, Redbird with $17. There we go. Thank you guys so much. No, the gall darn it to heck shoot is Rube Baker from Major League 2. Which, okay, huge autism moment coming. The huge autism moment would be this. I was watching, SP and I showed the kids Happy Gilmore for the first time. They loved it. They thought Happy Gilmore was a really great movie. In Happy Gilmore, the next time you watch it, do you remember the scene where Happy goes up to the guy, like one of the tournament check guys, and it's his first tournament, and he goes, hey, when do I get my check? Because Shooter's holding that really big, novelty check. And the guy says to him, we'll mail out checks sometime next week. And he goes, oh, I want my money now. He's like, I don't have any checks to give you. And he goes, just give me a big one like that. The guy he's talking to is the guy who plays Rube Baker in Major League 2. You have no idea how much of a fucking dork I feel like right now. Hold on. Let me make sure. Rube Baker, Happy Gilmore. Based on the provided search results, Rube Baker is not... No. Eric Bruscotter. That's his name. Eric Bruscotter, Happy Gilmore. No, Eric Bruscotter does not appear in the movie Happy Gilmore. What? No, what? That's fucking him. The guy who says, I don't have any checks to give, that's Eric Bruscotter. That's Rube Baker from Major League 2. You can't fucking tell me it's not. You know what? I think Von Kaiser is right. He writes, so what? Nobody cares. Fair enough. Anyway, 195 away from tomorrow morning. Thank you guys very much for your generosity. Average plumber dropping in a hundo. What a guy. Thank you very much. If we beat tomorrow morning's goal, we will go until 9 o'clock tonight. Yeah, fuck you, dude says your autism has failed you. It really had. Like, I'm kind of bummed about fucking that up. Like, it kind of feels like I had a superpower that I was known for, and for the first time in forever, that superpower has failed me. And now I feel like total rat shit about it. Just about 300 people checking out the show at the moment. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. We appreciate that. I couldn't get a good restream stat on today's show because there were 5 different restream reports. Because every time OBS crashes, restream restarts and then tracks. So I didn't get any good numbers on today. I know we were over 800 at one point. We were pushing 900, but with all the OBS drops, I'll never know. So I don't know if you heard about it. We talked about it this morning, but if you missed the morning show, Elmo got hacked on Twitter. Elmo, somebody got into Elmo's account, and for the second time in 2 weeks, a large Twitter account just started posting anti-Semitic shit. It always goes there. Like whether it's AI or somebody getting hacked, no matter what, it all ends up devolving into the Jews. Elmo did it. Elmo got hacked, and then Elmo started, going full on swastika. These were some of the tweets that Elmo put out there today. There's the first one. Jesus. Elmo tweeted, Elmo says, and I love that they stayed in character. Elmo says, all Jays should die. Effing Jays. Donald Trump is Netanyahu's puppet because he is in the Epstein files. Juice control. Jesus Christ. Looks like some of Adam's super chats. Release the files at real Donald Trump. Child effer. Jesus. And then a bunch of other shit that I probably shouldn't have on the screen right now. So, Elmo had a rough day. People were posting memes and shit, though. Like this person goes, Elmo just noticing things, Tucker. Do you notice things like Elmo? Siraj from Rumble on Joe Rogan. Elmo just think you should be able to say they shouldn't be digging tunnels underneath Sesame Street. Oh, no, the Mossad tweeted. Mossad captures Elmo in covert operation in Buenos Aires. All Elmo did was quote Henry Ford's book, and now Elmo has no bank account on Candace Owens. Okay, this is just too good. There's Homelander. Elmo overhearing Fozzie Bear talk about his Bach mitzvah. Anyone seen Elmo today? It's a acidic Jew saying shut it down into a walkie-talkie. I found the guy who's hacked Elmo's account. Oh, it's Grover in a hijab. We should have known. Elmo, the famous Jew hater. There's Elmo praying to Allah. Here's Kanye in his ski mask with his net and yoo-hoo. But this person on Twitter theorizing, okay, hear me out. It was Elmo the whole time. Oh, no, this is what's his name? Cooper. The historian guy. Is it not Dwight Cooper? That's the guy who fought Muhammad Ali. Oh, God damn it. No, Henry Cooper was the guy who fought Muhammad Ali. Who's the not Anderson Cooper, numero uno, Josh Denny fan. It's not the guy. God damn it. Hey, Dwight? No. Not Gary. Yeah, it was Gary Cooper. Honky with $1 says apparently Elmo was going to expose Hooper's store as a child smuggling front for Mossad. Hashtag Elmo didn't tickle himself. Not Winnie Cooper, not Bill Cooper, not Mr. Cooper, although I'd love to be hanging with him. Guys, come on. This is not DB Cooper. Daryl, thank you, Switchblade Proper. Daryl Cooper. Why did I think I was going to get help? Why did I think I was going to get help? Rusty Grammer says, Aaron, check your smoke detector batteries. And what? No. Daryl Cooper. So they got Eminem, Elmo doing the, God damn it, I forgot his name already again. Daryl Cooper. They got him doing the Daryl Cooper thing. When Elmo looked back, Elmo realized Churchill was the great villain of World War II. Oh no, it's Elmo before the bear Jew. This isn't good. Actually, Elmo, we're all tickled to hear you say that. Oh, Elmo, what'd you get that tickle for? Bravery. August 8th, 2027, after a 2-year-long rampage, Elmo is finally captured and brought before a UN tribunal to be tried for his war crimes. Oh, Elmo. Elmo today, I'm going to say the N-word. I have it on good authority that Dave Portnoy is offering to take Elmo to Auschwitz. So that's nice. At least he's going to get a trip out of the deal. Oh no, I'm just glad Uncle Wally isn't alive to see what's become of his beloved Elmo. It would kill him. Oh no, the Daily Show tried to warn us about Elmo. Let me see.
What do you think about immigration reform?
Elmo believe in racial purity. Elmo blood not tainted. Elmo pure. Elmo hate mud blood.
Holy shit. The Daily Show had balls back in the day. Jesus. So good. You know what? That's what the internet's for. You know, the internet is for the fun, wholesome things like Elmo anti-Semitic memes. That's what the internet is for. No, it wasn't Randy Quaid. It was Daryl Cooper. We've already figured this out. Papa Shab says the sad thing is you have to wonder if this is a hacking. What? No, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's a hacking. Crowder Wears Panties says Sam Show got a hold of Elmo's Twitter. Hell, yeah, it does seem that way. Either Eminem. Either Elmo's Twitter was hacked by Sam Show, or depending on what day of the week it was, perhaps Vidam. It could be Vidam's super chats taking over Elmo's Twitter as well. Bapa Shab says I was quoting a tweet. Oh, really? People were tweeting that? They were going, oh, it really looks like this could be a hacking. No shit. No shit. You can always tell who's behind in the chat, by the way. Jeff Jordan writes, Daryl Cooper, you dipshit. Kevin Soundboard says Elmo was being true to himself and the Israelis got him. No hack. Oh, Elmo was trying to break free of the chains. We actually have, oh my God, I'm getting breaking news that Elmo is actually in a high-speed chase right now. Hold on a minute. I think I have the right live feed. This is Eminem in a high-speed chase right now, fleeing Sesame Street as they are trying to take him in on hate crime charges. We have the video of Elmo being chased out of Sesame Street.
My eyes have seen the glory of the trampling.
Oh, Elmo, no.
We've washed ourselves in niggers.
No, Elmo.
And all the
No.
too. We're taking
Elmo,
down
just pull over.
Machine, Jew by Jew by Jew.
Oh.
The white man marches on.
Elmo, you're red, though. They're not going to accept you. Well, guys, it doesn't look like it's ending well for Elmo. It looks like, oh, wait, hold on. We're getting word. Oh, no. We're getting word that Elmo. Yep. Oh, shit. We're getting word that Elmo has actually stopped at a warehouse and that Elmo has been surrounded by the police, unfortunately. And, well, that's an excessive force lawsuit, at least by the family. I mean, for that to all happen publicly like that. Oh, boy, that's awful. That's just really... Billy Bob Norris says, unpopular take, this movie is pretty good. This movie's fantastic. I love The Recruit. I think it's a very good movie. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan says, what the fuck is this? Is this a good movie? Is it being ruined for me right now, or should I watch it? The Recruit is very good. Check it out. Check out The Recruit if you have a chance. My Lost Interest with $1 says, is this it? Yeah, this is it.
God darn it, shoot!
There, yeah, that's what that reference is when I go, God darn it.
God darn it, shoot!
That's the reference. Thank you. My Lost Interest. Rube Baker is a great catcher, but he can't throw the ball back to the pitcher. He can drill a guy at second base. He can throw out a runner trying to steal second or third. He can't throw it back to the pitcher. So they're trying to figure that out. Honky with $1 says, on Sesame Street, the Holocaust is called St. Elmo's Fire. The number for today is 271,000. Oh, no. The deck was stacked against poor Elmo the entire time. Well, guys, 195 away from tomorrow morning. Like I said, all good things have to come to an end. And if we knock out tomorrow's goal tonight, then we'll go until 9. If not, you guys have already gotten under 200. We have had a hell of a run. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Thank you so much for all of your generosity. All of the links are in the chat. Victor did send me our new drop. So I got to figure out which one to take out. Oh, And thank you guys for reporting on the things I need to gather and send in. I appreciate those. We need to find out where this oh gosh, oh geez drop is going. That is our next thing to do here tonight. So we have, I don't know, I want all of these. What's this one?
Do not clip that.
We could probably get rid. We got 2 Brennan clips. We don't need 2. We got this one.
Wow.
All right, we'll drop the Brennan do not clip that. And then we'll throw in the classic Minnesota, oh no, oh geez. And go.
Oh no! Oh jeez!
It's the simple things. It's the simple things for me. All right, we have, this person, this little Looney Tune. This woman was working a graveyard shift and was setting up the breakfast bar, I'm pretty sure for a hotel. This was a hotel worker. And after working the graveyard shift and setting up the breakfast bar, you know, like going home when the sun is coming up, which graveyard shift people, man, if you've never met one or you've never been one, they're built different. Graveyard shift people can be a little touchy. They can be a little off kilter. They can be a little different. This is what happens when you fire one of them after. And this is a pretty fucking cold-blooded thing to do. I mean, to shit can someone at the end of their shift. So that means you knew you were going to fire this person and you waited until you got the last little drop of work out of them and then you shit canned them. This is wrong. But let's see how they take it. Maybe they handle it professionally and they'll get a nice reference from their current work at the next job they apply at. Let's see how it goes. Uh-oh. Don't. That looks like she's going towards the breakfast. Hey, asshole, follow the lady wherever she's going. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, that's not. Uh-oh. Oh boy. That's milk. That's milk and you broke the dish. I don't think you're getting paid for today, ma'am. Ooh. Holy shit. There's going to be some asshole who goes to the front desk and is like, since you guys couldn't do continental breakfast today, could I get a couple bucks off the room? Because I did book with you guys in the hopes there would be a continental breakfast. I was really, maybe like you could order everyone pizza for lunch today, something like that. I mean, we are paying for it. I mean, I guess like she threw all the silverware on the ground. She broke all the bowls and she's thrown all the fruit all over the place and the milk is gone. You could stick your mouth underneath one of the cereal dispensers and you could go that route. There's probably like an orange juice cup or something left. I mean, not all is lost. Thank God she didn't fucking throw all the batter away. Oh, that would have been nasty.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So she's, that, you know what, though? I feel for her because that, like I said, that is a really shitty thing to do. Like, to fire someone at the very end of their shift is one of the most, like, it's one of the, I can understand why she just lost it. You set up everything. They knew they were going to can you. You're thinking everything's fine. You're almost done. You're going to go home. You're going to plan the rest of your day, and they fire you. They squeezed every drop of sweat and labor out of you and then canned you. Ugh. Soylent Goy says, I love her. Kevin Soundboard says, I can break things. Smash everything, girl. Punk rock enough for me. As long as she didn't mess up the chicken and waffles. Well, then she might have had a brawl on her hands. Then that might have been a problem. I did notice there was like a big fat guy. If we go back a little, like as soon as she starts wrecking shit, there's a big fat dude who was able to get in and get his breakfast. He like snuck out under the wire. This guy coming up around the corner. This guy here, he didn't get much, but he got some breakfast before she started fucking everything up. This guy in the visor, he's shit out of luck, but he's wearing a visor, so fuck him anyway. Oh, wait, that's a baseball cap. I apologize to that guy. He's just a dork. Oh, that milk. This is the worst. Oh. You know, smashing that that milk vase thing that she smashed, you know, in Asgard, that's considered a compliment at how much you enjoy the drink and you'd like another. All those apples. Notice none of the fat shits in that hotel are scrambling to save any of those apples. I mean, technically, if you peel them, they're just fine. So here's the context on the woman's firing. This was a Marriott in Denver. The manager had a coaching convo, and the lady who was freaking out got pissed and started yelling at her. The manager went back in and sent her home for the day. I started recording because she was yelling in the breakfast bar, and I knew it was about to go down. She was arguing with the front desk and asked if she could come back tomorrow, and they said, no, you're fired. That's when she started her rampage. She destroyed the breakfast bar. I don't know if she originally set it up or not, and then left. The last video was from her. So they could have avoided all this if they just would have. So apparently the manager wanted to tell her some stuff like, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. She had a shitty attitude about it. Whatever. She kind of caused a little bit of a scene. The way you handle that is you tell her, hey, go home, come back tomorrow. And then as soon as you get her home, then you call her and shit can her. You never fire anyone in the building. That's why they always send people in cubicles with like security and shit so that they can walk them out because you don't want them doing something like this. Fire them at home. Don't fire them in the middle of the hotel. Bad idea. Childish Elder with $1. Thank you very much. Veldrain with $1 says, in my 20s, I encountered a strange third shift hotel employee. Later in life, I became that strange third shift hotel employee. Dude, I'm telling you, third shifters can be a little weird. Third shifters can be different. Taste Fairy Ialto says, at the end of your shift and the end of your work week. They will do that. Sam Show says, peel an apple? Yeah, you've never peeled an apple before? People do that. People peel apples. It's a thing. I don't, but they do. Tolkien Studies says, that's true, but Odin is a god of hospitality. Fair enough. Chef Maddox says, Asgard, Aaron? Really? And you called that other guy a dork? Yes. Why? I'm judging him. Why can't I judge him? Oh, I have to be perfect in order to judge others? That's not how I operate, sir. Daniel becoming a member for 36 months. Says 3 years as a steel toe. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And you generous little fuckers are 195 away from tomorrow morning's goal. So we're still ahead. Thank you so much for that. If you guys pool together and you hammer that out, we are going until 9 o'clock tonight. Also, somebody did offer, they said that they would give up their 2 VIP tickets to the first person who threw in $20. That's up to you guys. I'll leave that up to you to decide what it is you're going to do. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. We appreciate you appreciating us. It's very, very kind. Thank you so much. A little over 300 of you checking out the show at the moment. We love that. That's kind of our neutral watermark for the evening shows. Is that 300 number. We appreciate it. Hey, I never really liked this guy. I always thought this guy was kind of a weird shill. I always thought that he was in it for like, I don't know how to put this. Like he was in it for the clout, and he was kind of a suck up to Israel guy. I never thought this guy was really America first. Charlie Kirk. The Sam Hyde kind of went off on Alex Stein about Charlie Kirk recently. Charlie Kirk, Mr. Fighting for America, I think he's Turning Point USA, right? Charlie Kirk has always struck me as kind of a worm. You know, he's always struck me as a guy who finds out which side of the bread is buttered, and he tries to live on that side of the bread, even if it may conflict with what he's told people are his principles and everything else. I always thought Charlie Kirk was like we need to find out what's going on with Epstein guy. We need to find out, you know, what the deal is with all of these client, you know, the client list and the flight logs, and we need to figure out what the deal is. Well, Charlie Kirk has announced today publicly that he's done talking about Epstein. He's done. He says no more talking about Epstein for him. And the rationale that he went with, the reason why he's not going to talk about Epstein anymore, if you're a Charlie Kirk fan, which I don't know how many of those I have, but if you're a Charlie Kirk fan, I think this is going to bum you out. This is going to disappoint you on old Charlie. If you never were a Charlie Kirk fan, this is going to be a big I fucking told you so moment is what this is going to be. Let's go to Charlie Kirk on his show today talking about why he won't be talking about Epstein anymore.
About Epstein. Honestly, I'm done talking about Epstein for the time being. I'm going to trust my friends in the administration. I'm going to trust my friends in the government to do what needs to be done.
What the fuck? Did I just hear that come from Mr. Right Wing? Did I just hear that come from Mr. We the People, Mr. the Constitution, everything? Did I really just hear a guy say, I'm going to trust my friends in the government? When Charlie Kirk kisses his wife tonight, is she going to like the fact that his breath smells like boot leather? Because he's been smooching the bottom of them MAGA boots. Wow. Look, man, I've seen like Ben Shapiro, who I know is disingenuous as fuck and doesn't actually have a moral backbone in his body. He goes with whatever's good for his number one country, which is Israel. I get that about Ben Shapiro. But Charlie Kirk has always preached like, we want to see the Epstein list. America first. We got to, you know, us conservatives, we believe in small government. And this Joe Biden, he's corrupt as all hell. Now I hear Charlie Kirk say, I'm going to trust my friends in government. Fuck you, dude. And you know what I hate about these cult of personalities is that no matter what this guy does, his fans are going to go, right on, Charlie. You tell it like it is, Charlie. I'm glad you back up your friends. I'm glad you support your pals, Charlie. You're doing God's work. Like, they're all going to kiss his ass over this. Even though we just listened to a small government conservative Trump guy go, I'm going to trust my friends in government. We just heard a guy who wants to drain the swamp say, I'm going to suck the balls of the deep state. And I'm not going to talk about Epstein anymore.
Solve it. Balls in their hands. I've said plenty this last weekend. So if you guys want to see my commentary on it, that's fine. We have escalatory action potentially being taken in Ukraine and Russia. We have tons of announcements happening when it comes to NATO. But let me just say this again.
Wow. Let's see. Trump is becoming an arms dealer for NATO. We found that out today. And then the other thing on Trump or on Ukraine, Russia is Trump's going to be selling more weapons to Ukraine. He's mad at Putin now, so he's going to sell more weapons to Ukraine. In other words, the deep state's controlling him again, making him give weapons to Ukraine, but they gave him some kind of out so that he can save face with his base. Guys, they're co-opting your MAGA movement in front of your eyes. They're co-opting it as you watch it. As you sit there and go, nuh-uh. They're not doing that at all. They're not co-opting the movement. Bro, they're co-opting the movement. They're astroturfing MAGA so the deep state can traverse it easily. That's what's going down here.
Everyone knows my opinion about the Epstein thing, the messaging fumble. I would love to see the DOJ move to unseal the grand jury testimony. I think that would be a big win. I would love to see that. And I'm going to trust my friends, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, my friend Pam Bondi.
Wow. Guys, this is how it starts. This is how you get a deep state. You build a network of sycophants. Those sycophants have a mouthpiece and an audience. You fill their head full of shit in exchange for access, and they spew that shit out to their audience. That's how you build a deep state. I'm going to trust my friends Kash Patel. I'm going to trust my friends Dan Bongino. You ever seen the Fox and the Hound, motherfucker? They became hunting dogs, and the hunter hunts foxes. So, I'm sorry, buddy. Your friends aren't your friends anymore. They're working in the government. They're part of the thing you got to keep an eye on now. Remember the shit you used to say about the Biden administration? The same thing should hold true for the Trump administration. Just because they're your pals and they're in there now doesn't mean that everything they do is now good. It should mean that you got to watch them twice as close because they're going to bullshit you.
All these guys, I'm going to, Todd Blanche, I'm going to trust them to solve it. Ball's in their court. I think that there was plenty of, let's say, speeches that were directed towards this topic this last weekend. So we don't need to spend our valuable time on this program.
Right. I mean, it's just child trafficking to powerful billionaires and politicians. And the fact that all of your friends have now perpetrated a cover-up of all that information and won't let us see it. But yeah, why would we waste our valuable time? There's so many other important things to talk about, like what Israel's doing in Gaza. No, you don't want to talk about that. Okay. Whether or not Iran really is trying to get a nuclear bomb. No, you just want to assume they are. Okay. So pretty much just war in the Middle East. That's what's left. Oh, we could talk about whether or not Mossad was working with Epstein. Oh, that's right. You don't want to talk about Epstein anymore. Okay. I mean, it's funny. When Biden's in there, these guys are the independent voices. These are the brave, intrepid reporters speaking truth to power. And then all you have to do to get these retards to drop all of their principles is go, hey, Charlie, I'm going to be the head of the FBI. We really like you. We'll give you insider information. Just take it easy on us and trust the plan. Oh, shucks, guys, thanks. Now I get to tell my audience that I have a bunch of friends in the government. There's no way they're going to see that as me being a two-faced cunt who's contradicting myself from administration to administration. And as long as the people that will put my name in their phone are in charge, I won't question them as hard as I questioned the last administration, even though they've given me every reason to.
Litigating it.
Oh, that's the end of the clip. Great timing, Aaron. You're a talented guy. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's a really nice thing for you to say about me. That's really, really sweet. That's really, really sweet. Thank you, Childish Elder, for the $1. I appreciate that. I don't know what I did to you, but I apologize. I was talking to my lawn guy. I don't know what you want, but apparently that upset you. Thank you, pal. But thank you for the $1. I do appreciate it. Bapa Shab says, shit like this proves we're winning. Let's click on that real quick, and then we'll get to that in a second. But there's a lot of chats here that I want to get to. My Lost Interest says, we're still talking about this? Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, you're right. He did say that. Numero uno Josh Denny fan says, messaging fumble? Yeah, that's what we're calling. That's what we're calling it. They're calling it a messaging fumble. You know, when they covered for the guy who was, the dead guy, when they covered for the guy who was covering, basically bribing and blackmailing our leaders and our billionaires and our captains of industry, and then trafficking children, you know that guy? Yeah, when they covered up for him, that was just a messaging fumble. Honky with $1 says Charlie Kirk was a hardcore never-Trumper in 2016 who jumped on the MAGA grift bandwagon. Nick Fuentes' fans destroyed him at Turning Point USA events in 2019 to the point he adopted Groyper talking points. Oh. I think I remember that, actually. I love that. People are they're jumping on the messaging fumble thing. Papa Shab says, this guy just wants access and for his business to do well. Yeah. Pretty much. It's about the long and short of it. Yankee says Trump fucked us all, but he's still better than that drunken whore Kamala. Okay, but that's like the lowest possible bar you could have. You know? Like the lowest, I keep hearing people say that. They're like, well, at least he's not Kamala. It's like, all right, but like, how close is that bar going to get where that doesn't really matter anymore? Yeah, thank you, My Lost Interest. I am hitting video posts. Look at me. Oh. All right, I agree with that. Sam Show says it's been fun watching normies working this out. Well, you know, it's some of us, it takes a little time. Here's a tweet that someone sent out. This is a former prime minister of Israel, Naftali Bennett. As a former Israeli prime minister, with the Mossad having reported directly to me, I say to you with 100% certainty, the accusation that Jeffrey Epstein somehow worked for Israel or the Mossad running a blackmail ring is categorically and totally false. Epstein's conduct, both the criminal and merely despicable, had nothing whatsoever to do with the Mossad or the state of Israel. Epstein never worked for the Mossad. This accusation is a lie being peddled by prominent online personalities such as Tucker Carlson, pretending they know things they don't. They just make things up, say it with confidence, and these lies stick because it's Israel. Well, why would that be? There's a vicious wave of slander and lies against my country and my people, and we just won't take it anymore. Yeah, we're not going to take it anymore, you guys. You know, if this shit keeps up, we're going to drag your countries into wars that don't make sense, that you don't want to be in. And, you know, if you don't act right after that, we're going to know about all kinds of terrorist attacks and intel shit and not inform you until it's too late. Oh, no. Crowder Wears Panties says, and yet somehow Nick Fuentes is still gayer and more Jewish than Charlie Kirk. Kevin Soundboard says, why are we even mentioning pedos? Aren't we better than that? We love kids. Well, I mean, you got to hold them accountable. Like, you got to go out and get the monsters and you got to put them away, right? The molesters and whatnot. I mean, Jesus Christ. We have 190 away from tomorrow morning. If you guys knock out tomorrow morning's goal today, we are going to give you guys an extra half hour on tonight's show and go until 9 o'clock. Kevin Soundboard says, I'm being sarcastic. Oops. I apologize. Well, it's hard to do over text and shit. Hey, numero uno Josh Denny fan. Do you have any clips of Red Bar opening my gift Bars Club? Then I don't post it. I don't want to get on Mike's bad side after I'm, back on the good. But we got reports that he opened my gift package last night on his show, and then he was really nice about it, and that Jules really liked it. I hope that's true. Hit me up. Get back to me. Hit me back just to chat. Your biggest fan. This is Stan. Hey, you guys, want to know what's making your boner not work? Apparently, it has nothing to do with your drop in testosterone or the fact that you're an old fuck. Apparently, it has everything to do that you're sugaring your dick to death. It's true. New study came out that shows drops in testosterone have nothing to do with declining erectile performance. So sometimes as guys get older, they go, oh, you just doing, this is why there's Viagra and Cialis for guys in their 60s or whatever. Just like, oh, it must be my testosterone dropping. Not really considered the impetus anymore for declining sexual health. In fact, the new research indicates that modest increases in blood sugar and other metabolic changes are responsible for your cock not working. So basically, you becoming a fat, sugary fuck is causing your dick not to work, which is terrible news for a country that's getting fatter by the day. That's not good. The good news is it's reversible. Like if you're like, oh man, my cock's not working like it used to, it's because you got sugar in your blood. It's because you're getting fat, you're clogging up your arteries, so the blood flow isn't as good. You can't get it downstairs. So ease up on the sugar, ease up on the shitty food, get a little bit better blood circulation, and you'll be popping ragers in no time. You don't need to take a Viagra. You don't need to take a Cialis. All you got to do is not take a Little Debbie. That's it. This means men can take steps to preserve or revive their boner health with lifestyle choices and appropriate medical interventions. The long-term study, which began in 2014 and wrapped in 2020, tracked 200 otherwise healthy men between 18 and 85. By the end of it, 117 participants remained. Uh-oh, that means a lot of the old guys died. All free of diabetes, heart disease, or cancer, allowing researchers to isolate the effects of subtle metabolic changes on male reproductive health. Despite aging, participants' hormone levels and semen quality mostly remained in the normal range. But one thing that did take a noticeable hit, erectile function, particularly among those whose blood sugar levels crept up just slightly, but still fell well below the threshold for diabetes. So, it makes a lot of sense with boners being basically circulatory, that if you're putting a lot of sugar in your blood, gumming up the works, that if you're getting fatter and your blood's running like sludge through your system, your dick ain't going to work. You got to cut down on the sugar, my man. You got to cut down on that sugar. You got to not eat so much. You got to stay active, and you'll be popping ragers in no time. This is, I don't know, man. I consider this an absolute win. It shows that as you get older, you don't have to have a failing dick. Stay away from the sugar. Stay away from the shitty foods. Keep active. Your dick's going to be fine. Numero uno says, Toe has unlocked the infinite goal-hitting glitch. Evening show knocking out the larger morning goals and morning shows knocking out the smaller evening goals. The madman has done it. Well, now, don't jinx me, numero uno, because we're 190 away from tomorrow morning. So if the audience wants to take it easy the rest of the night, we're not all the way there. Numero uno says, I was going to clip it by the end of the show, but I'm dragging my feet. Kevin Soundboard says, does Toe realize he's the modern day Ron Burgundy? Oh, what? Because it's on the screen, I read it, and then I'll believe anything you put on that screen? I think it makes sense. Your boners die with sugar. Sam Show says, keep drinking your sugar waters, you fat fucks. That's right. That's coming from Sam Show, Mr. Rock Hard Boner himself. You see a guy drinking some water next to a guy drinking a Coca-Cola, you know who's got a raging hard on that night. And you know that that's something you should definitely be thinking about. Ugh. On a Wall says, ew, boner health. Kevin Soundboard says, don't bring my boner into this. Well, it's too late to pull it out. That's what I always say. Leah says, sugar kills sperm counts too. My Lost Interest says, if your wife is named Debbie, then eating a Little Debbie would be okay. Well, it depends on how little the Debbie is, ultimately. Aaron knows a lot about the quality of semen. He's an expert, says Bappa Shab. Taste, texture, etc., etc. I set myself up for it. I really do. Honky with $1 says, this sounds like propaganda. Myself and my dong will not stand for this. Yeah, if you keep putting sugar in your body, it's not going to stand for anything. Balls Deep with $2. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. Leah says, stay away from cocaine. Yeah, stimulants. Well, sugar stimulates. So, yeah, those stimulants, they'll kill your dick. Kevin Soundboard says, so only eat chocolate during sex. Or all the sugar-free chocolate you want. It's just the rest of us are going to think you're a fucking serial killer. But that's okay. Honky says, I'm Aaron Burgundy. Go fuck yourself, St. Cloud. Numero uno says, come on, Kevin Soundboard. It's not like Toe read a comment of me accusing 1775 Coffee of giving me liver damage seconds after finishing a commercial for them. You couldn't be more wrong. Yeah, I'm not going to read just anything you put on the screen. Atomic Ray says, if sugar causes erectile dysfunction, how the fuck do you explain Valentine's Day? Men aren't supposed to be eating the chocolates, you homo. You're supposed to be giving them to the women. And if you're giving your woman chocolates and then she tells you, I can't get my dick hard, I don't want to know what kind of fucking relationship you're in. With all due respect. With all due respect. Sam Show says, what the fuck did you and Bapa Shab get into? Now we're talking about beating people to death with our cocks and this and that. I'm good. I'm tapping out of that conversation. I'm set. 300 of you still checking out the show. Hit like, hit subscribe. Kraken Slappin' becoming a member for 38 months. Says, sugar has killed my boners yet. I think he means hasn't. Challenge accepted. Well, I mean, look, if you're going to eat a bunch of sugar and then your dick's going to stay soft, I don't really understand how that's a win for us. I know you're saying challenge accepted, but a challenge would imply that we both stand to gain or lose something. If you're going to eat a bunch of sugar and see if you can still get a boner, I really don't understand how we win or lose. The parameters of this challenge need to be laid out for me. That's all I'm saying. Rachel says, judgmental of the trans women with great cores. I still say that was a biological woman with a great core. I think that she was just advocating for trans people. Oh, Kevin Soundboard already has a name for it. It's called diabetes dick. Good. All right. So we got whiskey dick. We got diabetes dick. Perfect. 190 away from tomorrow morning's goal. If you'd like to contribute, I think the first person to throw $20 at PayPal is getting somebody's VIP tickets for the anniversary show. So thank you if you want to do that. All right, let's do, another Supreme Court win for Trump today. I don't know if you saw, but the Supreme Court just paved the way for Trump to purge the Department of Education. It can go. The Supreme Court sided with the Trump administration and gave him the go-ahead to fire 1,400 employees from the Department of Education. I tell you, Trump getting to appoint a few Supreme Court justices really did pay dividends. I mean, you talk about an investment paying off. I mean, I know that he wanted to do 2 back-to-back terms, but this whole taking 4 years off in between it really ended up benefiting him a lot because a lot of the shit he wants to do will get struck down by the lower liberal district courts. It'll get up to the Supreme Court, and they'll just go ahead, Don. You got it. By the way, I did see a thing by Ketanji Brown Jackson where she said, I like being on the Supreme Court because I like to express my opinions. And it's like, I know what she means. I understand what she's going for, and I'm probably judging her too harshly because it's her. But, you're supposed to interpret the Constitution and how it applies to laws that are trying to be passed or laws that are being challenged. Your job isn't just to go in there and be like, well, here's what I think about the whole thing and just express your opinion. Your job is supposed to be interpreting the Constitution and how it applies to the case that's before you. That's a little different than expressing your opinions, but that's why she likes being in there. That's what she said. She said, I like being in the Supreme Court so I can express my opinions. Dick Von Du says, I'm at half-mast most of the day thanks to methylene blue. Well, I guess you're ready when you're ready. So this goes all the way back to March when Trump signed an executive order to close the Department of Education and let the states run the show. The plan was to fire more than 1,300 employees who would stop receiving salaries on June 9th. But then U.S. District Judge Myung Yoon in Massachusetts said the White House's decision to fire those workers prevented the federal government from effectively implementing legally required programs and services. Such changes can't be made without the approval of Congress, which created the department in 1979. The Boston-based First U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals backed that decision. The court said the administration provided no evidence to counter June's record-based findings about the disabling impact of the mass firings and the transfer of some of the functions to other agencies. But the Supreme Court, in a 6-3 decision, ruled in Trump's favor, and the taking apart of the Department of Education can now continue. And I don't think I need to tell you who the 6 and the 3 were. It was Kagan, Sotomayor, and Ketanji Brown Jackson for the you can't fire him people. And then it was, here we go, Alito, Amy Coney Barrett, Roberts, Gorsuch, Cedric the Entertainer, no, Clarence Thomas, and Brett Kavanaugh were the 6 that voted in favor of Trump. So apparently we had multiple judges in this country who really don't want that budget balanced and really don't want a shrinking government. That's wonderful. I think that's a really good legal, brilliant, judicial mind. That's giving. Oh yeah, here it is. Here's the Ketanji Brown Jackson thing, where she says she really likes to express her opinions. Now, this is the same Ketanji Brown Jackson who said that she wrote in one of her opinions, and I'm quoting. This is in a Supreme Court judicial opinion. Wait for it. She wrote, "Wait for it," in the opinion that was necessary. This is her talking about what she likes about being on the Supreme Court. Let's do this one.
Does the current state of American democracy concern you?
So I am actually heartened that people are focused on the court and the work that we're doing.
Is it just me, or does she look like Lady Urkel? Just chew on it. You don't have to answer right away. Just absorb that a little and, hit me with some feedback later.
On the state of the government, because again, as I mentioned, as a democracy,
Republic,
the people are supposed to be the rulers. The people are supposed to be leading.
No, in a republic, the people are sovereign. The people are sovereign and are protected from their government. The Bill of Rights is a list of things the government can't do, not a list of things the government can do. That's what was special about America. The people are considered sovereign in our republic, and we, the people, get to limit what the government can and can't do. Now, did we stick to that? No, it was fun while it lasted. But this idea that the people are in charge. No. The people are not in charge. From the start of this country, the plan was for the people to be sovereign. The people to be free of the overreaching arm of government. How'd we do? That's why the Bill of Rights was a list of 10 things the government is not allowed to do, because we believed our rights were self-evident. Jefferson wanted to say they were bestowed by God, but I think it was Benjamin Franklin who said, "Smacks of the pulpit, doesn't it?" And then he said, "How about we find these truths to be self-evident?" And Jefferson's like, "Well, I picked those words on purpose." He goes, "I think we'll go with self-evident." They didn't get along. A lot of those guys didn't get along. Jefferson, Hamilton, Jefferson, Franklin, Adams, and fucking everybody. It was the original house of rivals. But yeah, the people are supposed to be sovereign. That's what you're taught in civics. Civics is that class we don't do anymore.
In terms of the policies and the way in which our government operates. And so the more that...
Whenever she's the one vote in an 8-1 Supreme Court decision, she looks at everyone and goes, "Did I do that?" I can't not see Lady Urkel.
People are engaged with our institutions, I think, the better. And so what I feel that I've been privileged to do is use the writings that I do, the work that I do, to explain my views about the way our government does and should work.
That's not your fucking job, though. That's the legislative and the executive branch's job. Your job is to be the ultimate referee. Your balls and strikes. Your how does this apply to the Constitution of the United States of America? Not this is what I, Ketanji Brown Jackson, think about how the government should work. You're supposed to be, what amendment applies to this case? What section, what article of the Constitution applies to this case? How does it apply to this, and should this law be allowed based on those grounds? There you can express your opinion all day long. But you going, I want to express how I think government should work. Motherfucker, that ain't your job. And correct me if I'm wrong, but when I was a kid and growing up and basically until now, Supreme Court justices didn't give interviews while they were on the bench. Like the Supreme Court was supposed to be this hallowed secret hall of, berobed dudes that made these on high decisions. They weren't supposed to be on fucking 60 minutes. We got less of an attention span now. They weren't supposed to be doing like panel discussions. How long until a Supreme Court justice is on fucking Real Time with Bill Maher?
The way the court does and
today on Club Random, okay, we've got Elena Kagan.
Should work. I think the nice part about being on the court is that you have the opportunity, whether you're in the majority or in the dissent, to express your opinions.
To an extent, yes, but not your opinions on how things should be run. Your job as a Supreme Court justice, like if you're an umpire in baseball, your job is not to tell one of the teams who they should put in at pitcher. Your job is to call balls and strikes and to rule if the two teams are following the rules. Fair, foul, balls, strikes, out, safe. Not like fucking like I have an opinion on how the government should work, so I get to express my opinion in these decisions. No, then you should run for the Senate.
You mentioned Justice Breyer. One of the things he used to say, sometimes people say, well, the court is...
He used to say, do you like my ice cream? It's a terrible joke. Parlock with $2 says, if we go golfing together, is it golf or mini golf? I don't understand what that means. It would be golf.
So secretive. Nobody knows what goes on in the court. And he used to always say, I don't understand that. We are the only institution where people actually write their opinions when they vote. They tell you exactly what it is. And I just feel that I have a wonderful opportunity to tell people, in my opinions, how I feel about the issues.
But that's not your job. That's not what you're supposed to do. In fact, these are the kind of people we want to keep off of the Supreme Court. This is the very definition of an activist judge. We don't want that. Again, we want you being balls and strikes. That's it. Oh, boy. Tolkien study says, yeah, Supreme Court is supposed to be beyond that, and to some extent, they are. Well, sometimes you'll see them agree on stuff 9-0. Some stuff, they'll be like, look, the Constitution clearly says this. It doesn't matter what my personal opinion is. The law says this. The Constitution, which is the ultimate law of the land, says this. We have to do this. Okay, she's a problem. She wants to be on the Supreme Court so she can be woman and you can hear her roar. All right. Keep an eye on it. Numero Uno says, check your Twitter DMs for the red bar thing. Okay. Let's take a look. Numero uno, for the time being, yes. I think in a little while you probably won't have to, but for now, yes. I'll say. There you go, buddy. Thank you. And thank you for asking. That's actually a remarkably good question. I would not have thought to ask that. I appreciate it. So I think we might get that red bar clip. Ooh, what did Jeremy Renner's ex-wife say about him? You can't talk shit about Jeremy Renner, can you? Didn't he have like his face almost ripped off by a snowplow? You can't, he almost died. You're not allowed to say shitty things about a guy who, just died. Did Did you know he was looking at his eyeball with his other eyeball? Like his eyeball popped out and he could see, one of his eyeballs could see his other eyeball dangling. That's fucked up. You can't say bad shit about him. Jeremy Renner addresses his ex-wife's allegation that he threatened to kill her. Now, Jeremy Renner's ex-wife has said a lot of wild shit. I remember a few years ago, she said, oh yeah, Jeremy Renner does cocaine around the kids. I don't know if that's true. But in a new interview with The Guardian, Renner spoke about how his ex-wife, Sonny Pacheco, sounds like a mafia guy, claimed during their 2019 divorce proceedings that he allegedly threatened to kill her and himself. He said, whatever stress I've had in life, I've tried to find a way of laughing through it, the Hawkeye star said. And that's where sometimes cynicism comes out. You think, I'm just going to have a laugh at this stuff. Oh, his wife was pretty. Don't kill her. She looks nice. When asked to elaborate on the stuff he was referring to, Renner responded, being accused of things you've not done, right? That doesn't feel good to anybody. It certainly doesn't feel good when you're a celebrity and it's known to everybody. Renner then confirmed that he was speaking about Pacheco's allegations and insisted her claims weren't true. No, and they happen all the time, he stated. It's all the salaciousness that happens out there. It's clickbait, and it hurts my feelings, and it dehumanizes people. And there is something about getting run over by a snowplow and having your eyeball knocked out of your head that makes me believe you more. I don't know why. I think that's a bad idea. I don't think that should be a character judgment because an asshole can be run over by a snowplow. It doesn't make him not an asshole anymore. But there's something about like Jeremy Renner having his head run over and almost killed that makes me go, why would he lie about that? Why? It doesn't matter to me what people say, Renner said. They're saying it for their own reasons and not for the right reasons or the truth. And I'm used to that because I'm a public figure. I don't read people's reviews. I don't read people's comments. I don't care. That's not part of my life. Hey, that's what we call a well-adjusted adult. Attaboy, Jeremy Renner. That's how you do it, pal. That's how you do it. All right, well, he responded. I think that, I don't think that he actually threatened to kill his wife. Like, I'm sure there's couples out there who have said shit like, oh, I could just fucking kill you sometimes. Like, I'm sure they've, like, been in a fight and they've said, like, they've used euphemisms like that. I don't even know if he did that. It sounds like she was really, really bitter about the divorce. And, God damn, I also feel bad for Jeremy Renner that he has to, like, respond to this shit 6 years later. That's kind of retarded. 190 away from tomorrow morning and staying ahead. Can we stay ahead until Thursday? Like I said before, probably not. But it is nice of you guys to make us $100 or so today. That was very kind of you. Hey, on Eventbrite, we added 3 extra ticket options for the golf tournament, the golf outing. Right now, I believe our prizes are at 400, 200, 100. As more people join up and as more sponsors come aboard for the holes and whatnot, those numbers will only go up. Every dime that comes into the anniversary show and every dime that comes into the golf tournament is going to be given away at the cornhole tournament and the golf tournament. So make sure you check that out. But we added some prizes. We added some ticket options. For the golf outing on Sunday, July 27th, the foursome that I play with, those tickets are available. And the foursome that plays with Gino and the foursome that plays with Keanu, those tickets are all available. So you can go check those out on eventbrite.com. I'm going to put the link in the chat here. There you go. There's the link in all the chats. Every place we're broadcasting right now. Click those. Saturday, July 26th, come out for the all-day party. That's free. The comedy show is $20. Come out, $60 for the golf tournament on Sunday. Excited to have you. Eventbrite.com. Steel Toe Morning Show, 11th anniversary weekend. Check it the fuck out. And again, if we knock out tomorrow morning's goal tonight, we will go until 9 o'clock. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, on and on and on. 50th anniversary this year of one of my favorite movies of all time. Jaws is turning 50 this year. I think it turned 50 just a couple of weeks ago officially. And there's an event coming up called SharkCon. SharkCon is, I don't mean to talk to you like you're retarded, but SharkCon is a convention about sharks. All things sharks in media, all things sharks in movies and TV shows, Shark Week shit, stuff like that. One thing, if you didn't know this about the movie Jaws, Richard Dreyfuss, I think he's softened his position on this in like the last decade or two, but he used to fucking hate that people, noticed him as Hooper from Jaws. Because he had Mr. Holland's Opus and he had a bunch of other movies where he got nominated for Oscars and shit like that. So Richard Dreyfuss didn't like being known as Hooper from Jaws. In fact, there would be interviews where Dreyfuss would not talk about it. It was about the movie he was promoting. Or it was about something else. And, people wanted to talk about fucking Jaws. I get it to an extent. Like, you want to talk about what you're promoting. You want to talk about, your career going forward. You don't want to be known for something you did decades ago. But how many people get into acting? All right? And how many people get into acting just hoping they can connect with a character to the public like Richard Dreyfuss did with Jaws? I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime deal. Like Sean Connery, no matter what Sean Connery did. The Rock, not Usual Suspects, The Untouchables, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, whatever Sean Connery did, he's Bond, James Bond. Pierce Brosnan, same thing. Daniel Craig, same thing. Roger Moore, all these guys, they're James Bond. I don't understand the being shitty about, and there's other people like that too. Isn't it Radiohead who says they won't play Creep in concert? It's like, fuck you. Like, you're so lucky to have a hit that big, and you're like, we're tired of it. We don't want people to, and suck a dick. Well, Richard Dreyfuss had pneumonia, or he was very, very sick. Richard's 77 years old now, if you want to feel old. Richard Dreyfuss is 77 years old, and he couldn't make it to SharkCon. And they were going to have a big thing at SharkCon about the 50th anniversary of the release of Jaws. And some people were theorizing that Richard Dreyfuss was pulling out of SharkCon because he doesn't like being associated with Jaws. So Richard Dreyfuss put a video up on Instagram, sweating, looking like shit, looking like warmed over death. Like, you watch this video and you're thinking to yourself, holy shit, I'm going to watch Richard Dreyfuss die. But this is how bad he wanted people to know that he wanted to be there. He wanted to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Jaws. He was just not doing well.
Hello, fellow cons. And
oh, you heard about me, did you, Richard? Oh, sorry.
I'm very, very sorry to tell you that I've been diagnosed with
AIDS,
viral
herpes.
What is it?
Bronchitis.
Been diagnosed with viral bronchitis.
Oh, bronchitis, not pneumonia, bronchitis. I apologize, my bad. Jesus, the way it's eating your fucking brain, I would think it was meningitis, for Christ's sake. Come on, Richard, spit it out. He is, though. He's sweaty and clammy and shitty looking. Ugh. Shoulders don't look like his. Looks like he's wearing shoulder pads. Like they put poor old man Dreyfuss in a football costume to take a picture of him.
And I've been told by my doctors I cannot fly.
Well, of course not. You're a human. You're not a bird.
And I would have to fly 5 hours to get there. I'm terribly sorry because I had planned to be there and had been looking forward to it.
Dude, I almost want to shut off the camera myself and be like, all right, we believe you. You don't have to fuck. It's really hard to watch him right now. This is like the Richard Dreyfuss, one of the best actors of like I guess not necessarily my era. He's probably like the era before, but like one of the best actors of all time. He's just sitting here, a sweating puddle, like, I'm really sorry, I can't make it. Bro, we believe you. You don't. I'm very sick and I don't feel very good. I just want you to know that I would never fake this. All right, you're making me feel like shit. You're in pain. Just, it's all right. Robert Shaw's not going to make it either. Neither is Roy Scheider. Oh, shit. Bro, fucking everyone from Jaws is dead except for Dreyfuss. Robert Shaw died in like 1980, right? Robert Shaw death. No, 1978. God damn, he was 51. He's in his late 40s when he made Jaws, and he looked like warmed over death then. When did Roy Scheider die? Roy Scheider death. 2008 at 75. So fucking Scheider's gone. Shaw's gone. Dreyfuss looks like, by the time we wake up and oh no, I'd better not kill Richard Dreyfuss. Every time I fucking talk about somebody like this, they end up croaking on me. Richard Dreyfuss is going to be fine. He's okay. People beat viral trigonosis, whatever the fuck he has. They beat it all the time. Viral bronchitis. They beat it all the time, and he's going to be fine. Is the mayor from Jaws still alive? No. Murray Hamilton died in 1986. All right. So, yeah, there's nobody left. Everybody from Jaws is fucking dead. And Richard Dreyfuss is sitting there sweating to death in his bed, too. Yeah, Tolkien Studies says they put a Jaws 50 blanket on him. So humiliating, right? Here you go, Richard. Before we make your video of you on your fucking deathbed, make sure you put this promotional blanket that people can get online over you. The last thing the man looks like he needs is a fucking blanket. He's sweating profusely. Bapa Shab says you made him sound extra Jewish, LOL. Well, I thought I was doing a good impression. That's all. Tolkien Study says if you listen to his Club Random interview, he's a weird dude. Well, didn't he get like super fucked up during his Club Random interview? Like he was hammered during that. Tolkien Study says, Aaron, do you know any cool lines from Jaws? Shut up. Of course I do. Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. You're going to bring that shark into the... You're going to bring that cage in there, Mr. Hooper. So that cage, it goes into the water. You go into the cage. Shark's in the water. Our shark. Farewell and adieu. I want a bottle of apricot brandy. Or no, he wanted a case. He didn't want a bottle. He wanted a case of apricot brandy. Quint drank like a fucking retard. Apricot brandy. Ugh. My Lost Interest says the girl from the opening scene in Jaws is dead. The shark ate her. Oh, that's true. Yes. The girl from Jaws died when the shark devoured her. 09 Canyon says he was the one sliding out of his chair. Yes, he was. He was. $2 from Rusty Grammar says, I've never golfed before. Besides mini golf or a driving range, if anyone can steal a set of clubs for me, I can Venmo you. Rusty, I've got like 3 different... Oh, Gino and Keanu are going to be using them. I was going to say, I got like 3 sets of spare clubs. Every time I go to a garage sale, if there's a set of clubs there, I just buy them. They're usually like $10. And if there's a good club in there, like I found my Nike sand wedge in a $10 bag of clubs. I found my TaylorMade driver in a $15 bag of clubs. And then I just keep the rest of them, and I take the clubs from my bag, the corresponding clubs, and I put them in the other set that I took them from. We're good. So all of my bags of shit, all of my garage sale clubs have a complete set. I do have one that has the Callaway Big Bertha. Remember when the Big Bertha was like the top of the line technology for drivers? I have that set. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, what about Bob? Yeah, that was another one. Dreyfuss hated Bill Murray, by the way. Fucking hated. He's not the only one. A lot of people hated Bill Murray. A lot of people. Richard Dreyfuss. What were we looking for? Club Random. That's what we want, where he's drunk off his gourd, falling out of his chair. Dreyfuss. I have stills of it, but I can't find any video. Here we go. Here's Dreyfuss off his ass on Club Random.
Are there any movies like that that you could have been in, even, or that you wish you were in from that era, that you were like, you know?
Are you kidding me?
Like you could have been in Alien. That was 1979.
I could have been in Jaws.
You were in Jaws.
I turned it down twice.
Well, that was dumb.
What the fuck is he doing? It's like Bill Maher's talking to an aged earthworm.
You're lucky that they fucking...
And that's...
Oh, my God.
I ended up in it, but only because...
But why you? Why do you think? I mean, like...
Why was I picked?
Yeah, like there's great
actors. What the fuck
actors.
are you doing?
You're one of them. But why did they... I mean, they could have... Who? I mean, everybody was...
Well, I think I was finally picked because I reminded Steven of Steven.
Oh, that...
Yeah, Spielberg liked Dreyfuss. That's why he picked him. They stick together. Actually, they wanted Robert Duvall to be Hooper. No, they wanted him to be the chief. They wanted him to be Roy Scheider's part. They wanted Duvall. Duvall insisted that he get to be Captain Quint, and they said, nah, we got Shaw for Quint. We're not budging on that. So Duvall turned it down, and then Scheider got the part. This is, God, do we have more clips of him falling off his ass? No, he's still sitting up in this clip. Oh, no, there's the picture of him in bed with the meningitis or whatever the fuck. God, you'd think there would be more clips of him falling off his ass on Club Random, but not so much. All right, one more try here. Hey, come on. It's not like we're going to hit tomorrow morning's goal anyway. We can be a little business cash on tonight's show. Here we go. Bill Maher, Richard Dreyfuss. That's a little bit better of a result for videos. Here we go.
The Cholchinsky riots were...
First of all, you don't get to be sliding off a chair like that and start a sentence with the Cholchinsky riots. Chia. Fuck you. You don't get to be... He's not even on the chair. Like, he's sitting on his heels right now. You don't get to be in this position and wax intellectual about the Cholchinsky riots. This is like if he were sliding, if he had his ass up in the air and he was like, well, you see, the point of Keynesian economics is to borrow in lean times and pay back in thick times.
A decade-long Cossack-driven...
Oh, sure.
It was the worst thing that had ever happened to the Jews.
Oh, God, yeah, a bad thing that happened.
In Russia, the worst thing that had ever happened to them until the Holocaust.
But there were many pogroms. This is probably just the worst.
Yeah.
But that's what...
Don't worry, the Jews that ran the Soviet Union that started that revolution, the Bolsheviks, they paid everybody back in blood. They didn't get cheated. Oh, we don't have more. Do anyone remember? I seem to remember the clip, and I could be wrong. I thought I remember the actual clip of Richard Dreyfuss sliding off the chair. Maybe it's one of those Bernstein Bears things. I don't know. But yeah, he was in bad shape. I agree with Tolkien studies. It's like he's defying physics. Like, he's sitting there and he's going, anyway. So the Cholchinsky riots were it is funny that, holy shit, oh no, I fucked myself. That's hard to do. It is funny that even when Richard Dreyfuss is in the most uncomfortable state of his life, he can still complain about how bad the Jews had it back in old Cossack Russia. Kevin Soundboard says he was doing a Jiminy Glick impression. That's true. He was. Yeah, Dreyfuss was like a melting human stick of butter. Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what he looks like. 190 still away from tomorrow morning. Thank you guys very much for your contributions tonight. We do have about 35 minutes left. It looks like tomorrow is going to be our return to goals. We're going to have our return to goals tomorrow morning. Let's be honest, it's about time. It's about time. But that's fine. That means we got 35 minutes left. We can keep it nice and business casual. Maybe you guys want to take this time to go grab your anniversary show tickets or your golf outing tickets. Why not? Oh, did you guys see Seth Rollins at that WWE, was it the Saturday night's main event? He fucked himself up bad, and this was a shoot. They were in the middle of a match, and Seth Rollins is in the middle. If you're not a big wrestling fan, we'll try to get you to care about this. Seth Rollins is in the middle of this big program where he's running this faction, like his NWO faction of these younger guys who they're going to be his heavies. They're going to be his team that makes sure that, no matter what happens, Seth does all right. And Seth also has this thing called the Money in the Bank briefcase, which is what they give a guy. He can cash that in at any time for a title shot. So guys, after a champion gets the shit beat out of him and barely wins, this guy will come down with the briefcase, cash it in, beat the guy, take the belt from him. That got derailed on Saturday when Seth Rollins was in a match with a guy named LA Knight. And this might be LA Knight's big break because a lot of people love him, but he just hasn't really gotten that, that big break, that Austin 316 moment. This might be it, but it is going to come at the cost of Seth Rollins. Everything in wrestling is a work, right? Sometimes, though, accidents happen.
And now Rollins. Oh, and there's that flying senton.
Now,
Senton by Rollins. And now a moonsault lands on his feet. May have tweaked his knee.
Gone.
We saw Seth favor the knee this past Monday. May have tweaked it again. And now LA Knight with
So now this LA Knight is ready to do whatever set of moves that they've agreed on that they're going to do. But Seth Rollins has to back him off because he really did, legit fucked up his knee.
Opportunity. Rollins into the corner. The official there to check on Rollins. No. This could be a...
So now, they got to send him back. Yeah, he fucked up his knee. So I guess that went on for minutes and minutes. We won't play anymore because WWE's they're very shitty about that kind of stuff. Seth Rollins legit hurt his knee, and Triple H, who runs the company now, was asked about it after one of their events this weekend, and he said it does not look good.
I'm sure somebody here will ask about Seth. I'll just say right now, a little bit inconclusive. Doesn't look good, but we're in Birmingham tomorrow. He came here tonight. He was not going to miss his wife's performance tonight.
He's married to Becky
here,
Lynch.
or was here. He'll be in Birmingham tomorrow with Dr. Dugas. We'll get MRI and hope for the best. See where we can go with that.
It's probably, torn ACL, right? The way he landed and the way he went down, that's he probably got that old. The football players always say you hear it pop. You feel and you hear a pop. Taste Fairy Ialto says, go. Yeah, he definitely got the go home. So I guess he got up. What I read about it was that he was able to kind of drag himself to his feet so he could walk basically into the guy so the other guy could hit his finisher and then pin him. Ugh. Fucking nasty. Tolkien Studies says, my buddy just launched a wrestling podcast. Probably a bad idea. Well, if it's fun, go for it. But talking about it from a philosophical perspective, kind of cool. Well, if people like it, they like it. MSO says they got a fucking female ref now. Jesus H. No, it's Triple H. Not Jesus. I understand they both have beards. Bone on bone, no cartilage. Yeah, it definitely looked like he fucked his shit up. I'm not a doctor, and that's not an official diagnosis, but I do believe that gentleman, quote, fucked his shit up, as it were. Speaking of spectacle athletic endeavors, Adrian Peterson must be super fucking broke because the former Viking running back is getting back into the ring again. He's going to be fighting. Can't get a football contract because he's like 45, but he's going to go in there and he's going to box. He's boxed once already, I think, and I think he got his ass kicked. And then, of course, we saw that fight he had at a poker tournament where some guy looked like he was going to fuck him up. Apparently, AP's going to get back in there. AP's finding out that beating up grown men not as easy as hitting a kid with a switch. He's going to be fighting Joe Castaneda. I've heard that name before. Oh, that's the poker player. Okay, so they're going to fight each other. And this Joe Castaneda is already training. They call him Baby Joe Castaneda. That's not fair. That's not right. Baby Joe is Baby Joe Macy. He was a really good fighter in the early 2000s. He got a subdural hematoma in a fight, and his career was cut short. Retired undefeated at like 38-0, but never got that big shot against Vitaly or Vladimir Klitschko. And I think he would have made a good account of himself. I was a big Baby Joe Macy fan, but his brain had other plans. So this is the guy that AP is going to be fighting. Let's see if our boy's in a little bit of trouble. Best running back in Vikings history, one of the best running backs of all time. Probably the best. He and Barry Sanders are the two best I've ever watched in my lifetime. With, who's the power back now? Not Marshawn Lynch. Derrick Henry, probably being a close third. But this is Joe Castaneda, the poker player. Let's see how he's doing in his training. I'm really hoping AP stands a chance. There's no sound. Oh, he's horseshit so far. All right, AP's got a shot. Yeah, those aren't good punches. He's dropping his right hand. Yeah, you left hook this motherfucker to death every time he jabs. Get him, AP. I don't know. I think it's not a lot to go on. It's like an 8-second sizzle reel on repeat. But I'd give AP a shot the way that guy's throwing punches. If AP can come in there half-assed, can make it happen. Gottlieb AF says, old dudes who box randomly are nuts. Look, man, it is crazy. I mean, I think you should be training. I think you should do it. Like, I listen to people talk about boxing. Yeah, if I ever saw you, I'd box you. And, like, I have to laugh. I'm like, I'd fucking kill you, and I'm not that good. It's like there's a big difference between doing it regularly and not being very good and never doing it at all and wanting to do it. It's just there's such different levels. Like the average guy who fucks around and spars at a gym to keep himself in shape would fucking annihilate just some guy who's in there lifting weights and goes, yeah, I want to get in there, I want to box you. It's like the guy who does it for fitness and spars like once a week just to keep himself in decent shape would fucking massacre that big weightlifter guy because he has no fucking idea what he's doing. Most people do not know how to throw a punch. They can punch, but they don't know how to throw a punch. You know, it's just, it's wild to me. I agree with you. Old men who randomly box are fucking weird. Who was that? Gottlieb AF? Yeah. You should have, like, basic training before you get... It makes a world of difference. Taste Fairy Ialto says maybe he'll be better than Ray Edwards. Ray Edwards did commit himself to boxing, though, didn't he? Like, Ray Edwards committed himself to it, and he won a few fights. Nova says Walter Payton is not only the best running back of all time, he's the best all-around NFL player of all time. Still holds the record for most touchdowns thrown by a non-quarterback. You could make that argument. My whole thing is I can't say he's the best running back I've ever seen because I never saw him. He was before my time. I was born in late 86, basically a week away from 87. For me, the best running back I've ever watched in my life it's got to be Barry Sanders or AP. Those are the two best in my opinion. Everyone else fighting for second place. And I know people are going to say, well, what about Emmitt Smith? Emmitt Smith's got the record. Emmitt Smith ran behind the fucking Berlin Wall of offensive lines. Not only that, Emmitt Smith played for like 50 years. Like Emmitt was, I believe he was a Cardinal when he broke the record. I could be wrong. In fact, now that I think about it, I think he did break it as a Cowboy. But he played till he was like 36 years old. He was not... Emmitt Smith was more of a stat junkie, more of a stat whore than he was like the greatest running back who ever lived. But yeah, you know, you can't argue with the numbers, I suppose. I mean, he ran for 1,000 yards. So in 1990, he ran for 937. I'm going to go ahead and call that 1,000. He ran for over 1,000 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then ran for 975. So basically 13 years in a row for the Cowboys, he ran for 1,000 yards. And, you know, running backs don't even play 13 years, let alone run. And he only missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in that 13-year span. It's fucking wild. It's pretty good. But if you look at the average yards per rush, 3.9, 4.3 is okay, 4.6 is good, 5.3 is great, 4.0, 4.7 is good, 3.7, 4.1, 4.2, 4.2, 4.1, 3.9, 3.8. Like, they just fed him the ball a lot. And he ran behind, Larry Allen, Nate Newton, guys like that. It was skewed. I do believe that his numbers are a bit skewed. He's not the most talented running back I've ever watched. I got to say, Barry Sanders, if I'm being honest, Barry Sanders and AP if I'm being a homer. You know? That's where I'd settle. Gottlieb AF says, watching this all-women's pay-per-view from the other night, women's wrestling is fucking pathetic. I don't know. I don't. It's not, an all-women's pay-per-view is not something I'm interested in, but I think it's good PR for the WWE, and that's why they do it. That's about it. So millions of people who applied for jobs at McDonald's had their records hacked because McDonald's hiring bot that administers and gathers all of these applications, that got hacked. And the reason that McDonald's hiring bot got hacked is because their password was, and this is a really complicated one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On Wednesday morning, security researchers Ian Carroll and Sam Curry revealed that they found simple methods to hack into the back end of the AI chatbot platform on mchire.com. McDonald's website that many of its franchisees use to handle job applications. Carroll and Curry, hackers with a long track record of independent security testing, discovered that simple web-based vulnerabilities, including guessing one laughably weak password, allowed them to access a Paradox.ai account and query the company's databases that held every McHire user's chat. The data appears to include as many as 64 million records, including applicants' names, email addresses, and phone numbers. Now, the good news about this is these were, I guess you'd quote unquote call them good guy hackers. Like, they're people who hack into shit to let people know they have a security breach so they can fix it. Like, it's not like guys who were in there looking for social security numbers and shit like that. It's people who were basically hacking into shit so that they could go to McDonald's and be like, hey, yo, guys, you're fucking up. You know, get your shit together. That's the only thing that might save them from any kind of lawsuit. Crowder Wears Panties says Saquon beats AP and Barry Sanders. Sorry, old timer. Oh, Saquon's been in the league now, what, 6, 7 years? Yeah, it's probably long enough. I don't know. I can't. My millennialness will not allow me to admit that. I can't put Saquon above. I can't put him above AP or Barry at this point, but I certainly can't put him above Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders would own every rushing record there was, but he said, fuck the Lions. These people are going to get me killed. I'm putting my body on the line for a 7-9 record every year. Fuck this team. I retire at like 29 years old. He had a lot of good years left in him. And he would have done a good job, but fucking hell, you know? It just, I mean, you had Scott Mitchell was your quarterback, and some years Rodney Peete. What's the guy supposed to do? That My Lost Interest says, hey, that's my car lock code. Sorry about that. I hope you have a shit box that nobody wants to steal. Gottlieb says, Barry Sanders is the best ever. Sorry. Hobo Chili says, I'm sorry, you're all wrong. Cadillac Williams is the greatest running back ever. I would draft Cadillac Williams for like 2 years in fantasy football because I was convinced that Cadillac Williams was going to be the shit. And I'll admit, it's only because he called himself Cadillac. That's it. Crowder Wears Panties says, my millennial brother says the same exact shit. Well, yeah, we can't let go. Can't let go. Taste Fairy Ialto says Calvin Johnson did the same thing. Yeah, Calvin Johnson probably could have owned a shitload of receiving records, but he was like, I'm not going to get murdered for the Detroit Lions. It's not, if I'm going to get CTE, it's going to be for the Patriots. It's going to be for anyone, I can't bring myself to say the Eagles, but a team that wins championships, it's not going to be for Detroit. No way. Taste Fairy Ialto says Mike Allstott all day. I love that attitude. I love bringing some Mike Allstott energy into the proceedings. Brian says, damn, Keno Casino just got gifted 700 subs.
Oh, buddy.
What? I would like 100 subs. You know what? I would settle for 100. Now, fuck that. I'd settle for 50 subs on Rumble or YouTube or anywhere else. If Keno Casino's getting 700, that makes me look good by comparison because I'm like, I'll take 50 if you got them. 50 subs sound great to me. Like Gottlieb doesn't have a sub on Rumble. There's probably a bunch of people on YouTube that don't have a sub. I mean, gift them all. If $190 come in the next 20 minutes, I'm going till 9 o'clock tonight, and we've knocked out tomorrow morning's goal. If not, I'm heading out, and I'm probably going to eat some ice cream. It's good to have goals, and my goal is eating ice cream. Simple enough. We do have, speaking of tomorrow morning, we do have a truly great show for you tomorrow. I'm very excited about tomorrow's program. We have, I don't know if you saw this, but Jay Cutler, speaking of football, speaking of names from the past, Jay Cutler, the former Bears quarterback, apparently went on one of those trophy hunts, and he shot a sable antelope, posted it online, and all of the, usual suspects are freaking the fuck out. But I figured, and I hope Johnny doesn't see this, I hope that we all decide to fuck with Johnny over this sable antelope thing because it is a perfect setup for the Johnny's Exotic Meats thing. Oh, and by the way, thank you to Los Federales for, what do you call it? Sponsoring one of the holes for the golf tournament and sponsoring it for Johnny's Exotic Meats. That's going to be fun. Numero Uno says, okay, I got completely distracted clipping Red Bar and just ended up watching the show. I forgot how he went on about a certain person for a while. Going to send you the unedited version to watch after the show. You got to see the whole thing. I'm excited to see it. Hobo, no. My favorite running back was not Alexander Madison, but I did have high hopes for Toby Gerhart for obvious reasons. Numero Uno says, I can send the edited version for tomorrow, though. It's an amazing clip. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you doing all that work. I appreciate that. Just dump his water on the ground, says Bappa Shop. I'm not gonna dump Johnny's water on the ground. That would be a remarkably mean thing to do. This is a bit of the Middle East come home to America. An American Palestinian man. Oh, hold on a minute. Thank you very much to Anonymous Fake Dono says we can still do this. Put Anna Fake on the board. Anna Fake with $22. Oh, no. What was the number? $22 for Anna Fake. First of all, give Anna Fake a Hogan.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
And that $22 puts Anna Fake in fourth place. And Shano Bonanno is now in the cuck chair at $20. Thank you guys very, very much. Where does that put us for tomorrow morning? 170 away from tomorrow morning. All right, you guys are still alive. You got 15 minutes left. You can still rally and get your extra half hour. SP just informed me she was going to be late getting here tonight too, so I've got a little extra time. I don't have a deck that I can go enjoy. It's still drying. But yes, 170 away from tomorrow morning. Gottlieb says, how do people not understand how animal conservation works in 2025? These freakouts have been going on for 30 years now. Well, yeah, and a lot of these animals, like even if you hunt them on a preserve, they're old, infertile animals that can't reproduce anymore. And these wealthy people pay a shitload of money. The meat goes to local villages. The money goes to encourage conservation and promote the growth of that species of animal. And it actually helps save endangered animals. You try to explain that to the activist types, and they just re-out at you. Like they just go, no, it's mean. Look at the dead animal. It's like, that was an old fucking geriatric rhino that guy killed. That thing, look, I think Joe Rogan said this. He goes, no animal that dies in the wild dies a good death. It's usually pretty violent and it's pretty bad. A bullet ain't the worst way to go in that world. And again, they take these old geriatric fucking animals and they'll use the meat. They'll take the money and they'll promote conservation. Like it's not like there's some guy, the Monopoly guys just take, it's not like Ace Ventura 2, where some British guy's just pocketing all the money and, putting the heads up in his office. That's just not how it works. Nova says Herschel Walker. We don't say that name in this house. It's a curse in this home. Mr. Beat says there are only 100 wild sable antelopes left in the world. Talk about exotic meat. No shit, Johnny found a winner. Not only that, I didn't know Johnny was holding out on me money-wise. I didn't know that he had the kind of money to send Jay Cutler down there to go get some sable antelopes. It's fucking crazy. Taste Fairy Ialto says, remember the dentist, the Minnesota dentist who killed a lion? Walter Palmer, I believe was his name. Walter Palmer shot Cecil the lion. And the controversy behind that one was Walter Palmer was told by his guides that he was on the preserve and was hunting these old lions. Whereas other people said that they were actually off the game preserve and they shot a lion they weren't supposed to shoot. That was the controversy. But it was found out that Walter Palmer was told that he was good. He could shoot the lion. It's okay. Then we gave him a old British man's name, so everyone wanted to make Walter Palmer out like he was an asshole. And he couldn't even go out to get his mail for a while because people were stalking him outside his house. That was really unfair. That guy got put through a ton of shit. Papa Shab says, Gino is old. He probably comes dust. That's weird to think about, buddy, but thank you. Can we take him out in a canned hunt in Africa? It's up to you. You got to talk to him when he's here. Hobo Chili, you son of a bitch. He says, I'm a big fan of Reggie Lewis, Pat Tillman, Len Bias, Trezon Petrovic, and Malik Sealy. Aaron, I know that one hurt you. I was a kid, and I came home from school, and my dad... when I got home, my dad was home from work, and I remember I went to the bathroom right when I got home from school. My dad knocked on the bathroom door. Dad and I had a good relationship, still do. And my dad knocked on the door. He goes, Bud? I said, yeah. I call my son Bud now. It's just kind of what you do. He goes, Bud? I said, yeah. He goes, My dad can never just tell you the thing that happened. My dad has a big story. That's where I get it from. It was, Bud, I was driving to work this morning. I saw a Range Rover in a car wreck, and I went, that's got to be. He goes, whoever's in that car ain't alive. That was a lot of twisted metal, he told me. And he said, you know who was in that car? That's another thing my dad will do. He's like, hey, guess who was in that car? It's like, this is a horrific story you're telling me about a fatal car accident that you drove by on your way to work this morning. And he goes, you know who was in that car? And I said, who? He goes, Malik Sealy. I'm like, well, that's a fucking shitty way to find out that, like, one of the best sixth men in basketball's fucking dead. That, like, Malik Sealy's death would be the equivalent of, like, if Naz Reid died today for the Timberwolves. Malik Sealy was also, like, Kevin Garnett's buddy, too. And being Kevin Garnett's buddy for the Timberwolves carried with it some perks. 09 Canyon says, Len Bias, that was my guy. Wasn't Len Bias the guy who had the heart condition and dropped dead of a heart attack on the court? Or was Len Bias the one with the coke problem and died of a heart attack on the court? I can't remember. Sam Show says, post video of a cow slaughter, then be surprised everyone hates you. Who the fuck you posting it for? Yeah. I get it. Like, posting a picture of a dead animal is going to rile people up. But, like, fucking grow up. My Lost Interest says, did you have your shirt off when your dad knocked on the bathroom door? I don't know if I was actually taking the shit yet. I think when he knocked on the door, I wasn't going to the bathroom, I wasn't taking a shit. So I want to say no. But Malik Sealy died in like 02, 03. Probably 02, so I was about 15 years old. Hobo says Malik went to see his homeboy Allah. Was Malik a Muslim? Never mind. We were probably better off. We probably got Wally Zerbiak because of it. Halada Fachina says, you shut your mouth there and you leave Naz Reid's name out of your mouth. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. When I say shit like that, people die. I got to fucking back it up. Reggie Lewis. Why can't I think of Reggie Lewis? I know Reggie White. I don't remember a Reggie Lewis. Gottlieb says, wait, you take shits shirtless? Oh, that's right. Gottlieb's new around here, guys. Don't break it to him. Let's not make it weird. Let's let him, like, kind of invest in the show, love what we're doing. And then, like, at a later date, we can let Gottlieb know that there was that time in the show's history where I came back from a break and my shirt was on backwards. And I had to reveal to the audience that I shit nude. I don't know. It's more liberating. And I would have never had to tell you guys that. But I had to because I needed to explain to you why I came back from a bathroom break with my shirt on backwards. Reggie Lewis had heart and coke problems. Oh, that was him. He was the Celtics' #1 pick. Okay. Sam Show says he doesn't shit shirtless. He shits naked. Mr. Beat says Gottlieb Aaron has to get naked and jerk off while he shits. No, Gottlieb, that is not Gottlieb. No, don't believe them. That is not accurate. Hey, who's that basketball player who was like super fucking talented? He was amazing. They thought he was going to be the next Michael Jordan, but he had a super bad coke problem and he only played a couple of years. He was a guard. He had a serious drug problem. NBA player, coke problem, next Michael Jordan. Who was that piece of shit? Not Len Bias. Not Chris Washburn. Not Richard Dumas. Michael Ray Richardson. That's the guy I'm thinking of. He was going to be Jordan before there was a Jordan. Michael Ray Richardson. 4-time All-Star, strong perimeter defender in the early 80s, banned in 1986 for testing positive for coke 3 times. Despite not being able to play in the NBA, Richardson went on to have a long and successful career playing basketball in Europe. But yeah, he was a coke monkey, and he was supposed to be the baddest motherfucker who ever lived. But he just couldn't stay off the fucking booger sugar. The poor guy. God, everybody's throwing their guys in there. Sharif Abdur-Rahim, Harold Miner. I love him. Harold Miner either won a dunk contest one year or was in a dunk contest. I can't remember. All right, we got about 5 minutes left in today's show, and barring some kind of last-minute miracle, I believe that we're going to go into tomorrow morning at 170, which is not a terrible number. I got to be honest. Let's, before we scoot out of here, let's do this. We've talked about this before, how like people get in these bar fights and they think like, got in a bar fight. People fucking die in bar fights. Like there's a famous story in Minnesota. A guy got punched in the head at a bar, hit his neck on the bar stool and died. They gave the guy, I think, involuntary manslaughter, and he went to prison for it. It's like it ain't a fucking game. Like those bar fights can be nasty, man. We've got one here in Pearl City.
A violent bar fight in Pearl City ended with one man pinned between cars and another behind bars for attempted murder.
Hey, attempted murder, rhyming jokes in a news story. This guy knows where to put humor. Continue on, sir. I'm sorry. You're cooking, Frankie. Gordy, what are you doing, bud? If we knock out tomorrow morning's goal, I'll bring Gordy on screen. What are you doing, bud? You're making me nervous. You look like you're going to pee on the carpet, buddy. You want to come here, Gordon? You want to come here, bud? He doesn't like being on air, Gordy. He's shy. Can you wait a little bit? I got 5 minutes, and then I can take you outside. All right? He's a good boy. Hey, Gordy's such a good boy. You're just such a boy. Do you want to say hi to everyone tonight? You look like you're shaking already. You fuck. Did you piss somewhere? Did you pee somewhere? You look like you're guilty of something. You're doing a guilty thing. You want to come here, bud? You want to come here? Oh, just such a good boy. Just such a good boy, Gordy. Are you the best boy? Are you? Oh, yes, you're such a good boy. Just such a good boy, Gordy. Oh, you give kisses? Gordy gives kisses. Oh, what a good boy. Oh, Gordy's such a good boy giving Gordy kisses. You're just such a good boy. Want to go back down? Does it scare the shit out of you being up here, bud? Huh? Are you excited for SP to come over? You always show her your belly so she can give you belly rubs. And sometimes your dick's out, you pervert. I don't want your dick to come out on YouTube. That might be a strike. There we go. He's free. Such a good boy.
Tonight, we're learning how a heated argument escalated. Take a look at this video. To escape being hit.
Holy shit. That was okay. I don't care what happens in the rest of this video. That guy's fucking awesome. That was a cool move.
6-year-old victim jumped onto the hood of the 33-year-old suspect. Honolulu police say the confrontation started around 8:15 last night at a bar in Pearl City between the two men.
Sorry.
That 33-year-old left but returned and allegedly tried to run over the other man with his vehicle. Police say when the suspect reversed and hit several parked cars, the victim fell and became pinned. The suspect took off and was later arrested for second-degree attempted murder. The victim was treated for minor injuries and is in good condition.
All right. Well, then all's well that ends okay. So I'll end this shit with a fuck you and have a nice day. So the guy driving the car almost hit this guy. Then he came back, pinned him between two cars. The guy ended up being all right, and the guy driving the car is up on attempted murder charges. You know what? I consider that an absolute win. 09 Canyon says, Gordy is the cutest half a dog. MN Gal says, you told a dog to wait 5 minutes. LOL, now he tells time. People are telling Gordy to piss. My Lost Interest says, Gordy has the herpes now. Don't say that, hobo. That's not very nice. Brian says he just cleaned his ass. Oh, he's a good boy, though. He left. He's gone. He just licked his ass, Aaron. No, we have an understanding. He doesn't give me kisses after he licks his ass. He's a good boy. Brian, Gottlieb, why did we have to bring Corey Stringer's name into this? Now I'm bummed. Brian says a car to the kneecap never ends well. Yeah, but you got to admit that jump was fucking awesome, though. Like that guy, he may be in the hospital, but he's doing all right. Like, he's not super fucked up in the hospital, so, could have been worse. And forever, he'll have that video of him being a super badass, jumping a car that tried to run him over. That's, again, I consider this an absolute win. All right, guys, we didn't make it. It looks like tomorrow, oh my God. It looks like I now have a goal for the first time in nearly 4 weeks. First time in nearly 4 weeks. We're going to have a goal tomorrow. 170, not bad. Cockdiff says, read my message, dummy. I don't see it, dummy. I don't see a message from Cockdiff. Corey Stringer, Aaron. Oh, well, that's... So I just scrolled up to watch you post Corey Stringer's name and upset me greatly. Papa Shab says, tell Johnny to sleep in and you'll hit the goal faster. Well, you know what? I think we can handle 170. But if we do struggle to hit that 170, I will kick Johnny's ass out of here. He does have to leave tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So there is that. Guys, take it easy. Have a great rest of your day. Go watch our clip of me talking about the Nick Swardson rumor that he brings unfunny gay dudes on the road with him to butt fuck them. Go check that one out. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, all that stuff. Take it easy. Talk to you later tomorrow, bright and early at 6 a.m.